Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about a very common issue called as diabetes. Anyone in your family has diabetes or is pre-diabetic? Is diabetes really a lifestyle disease? I'm Dr. Mini Malhotra. I'm the medical director at Anchor Wellness Center, and I have been working with patients who have diabetes for a long time, even before I got into functional medicine. But the thing that changed for me was that I saw the reversal of the disease with lifestyle. And if you go to cdc.gov, you can see this is a lifestyle disease most of the time. Except, of course, if you're a type 1 diabetic and you have genetic issues or your diabetes is induced because of some pancreatic failure or something like that. So, what are the symptoms of most common symptoms of diabetes? One is polyuria, that means you're urinating more than often. One is polyphagia, you're more hungry. Even though you're eating, you're not, you don't have that. And polydipsia, you're thirsty all the time because of different reason, because your sugar is so high, constantly, your body thinks we are dehydrated. So those are the most common. But there are many other symptoms that can happen, like fatigue, you can have weight gain, you can have low endurance, you can have depression, sleep apnea. A lot of things can happen which may not be connected to diabetes, but when you check it, it can be related to diabetes. So what do you really do? Number one cause is, of course, metabolic syndrome: increased weight, high blood pressure, increased waist to hip ratio. And how do you get metabolic syndrome? As I said, it's a lifestyle disease. So you could be having a gene, or you could be carrying some gene, which I'll go in the next point. But if your lifestyle is not appropriate, and if you are sometimes not thinking about having it checked at all, then suddenly you can develop this disease. But remember, number two is, remember, it takes 10 to 15 years to develop a full blown diabetic picture. So there are signs and symptoms which can be, and there are blood tests which can be done to actually diagnose that condition. Unfortunately, the conventional world doesn't start checking before you're in your 40s. But if you check before that, then it will really slow down the progress. And the tests like hemoglobin A1C, fasting blood sugar, or 2-hour glucose tolerance test, those things are really important. Number three, genetic. You could be carrying type 2 genes. Everyone says it runs in your family, but how much of it is actually causing the disease? It's only 5%. So genetic reasons are there, but you have to turn on that gene. So when you turn on that gene for diabetes, that's when your diabetes will become more prone to becoming a diabetic. And if you do not turn on that genes, you will not become a diabetic. So you have people in the family who have diabetes, and there are some people who don't have diabetes. Number four is pre-diabetes. Some people think it's just borderline, and people say this. The doctors also tell you it's borderline. But pre-diabetes can have the same complications as a diabetic. So those are the four things that I would really want to emphasize on. How do we reverse it? Lifestyle changes. So you have to do everything in your power to reduce it. Number one is eating more vegetables. Two is eating low glycemic index foods, that don't increase your blood sugar. Three is lowering insulin resistance, because what happens in type 2 diabetes mostly, your insulin and the body keeps producing insulin, but it's not effective at the receptors. Number four is exercise, which also lowers insulin resistance, also manages your blood sugar. So even 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise is really helpful. Four is eating higher protein and good quality fat. There are many supplements. 6 supplements are there, like cinnamon, then fenugreek seeds, which lower blood sugar naturally. And that is something also you can incorporate in your diet. There is another supplement called as berberine, which actually really really beneficial. So that's all I have for you today. I hope this was beneficial. If you like my content, please subscribe. I have another interesting video which is very very important topic, on a very important topic. So please subscribe and you can watch that video. Take care and have a great rest of your day. Bye.